Let's flat out. Big teams, big boys, alright?
My highs and lows, inherit growth, Mr. Deeds. Went from juggling 3 jobs to CEO like I'm Steve. Never been a rotten apple, call me John Appleseed. That's how I bleed. I can see no other man can judge me. Call him Mike, Mr. International, getting cream. A single mother told me worth, and now I'm worth everything. Went from Wall Street to Abu Dhabi, straight rolling in a Maserati with women that feel exotic. My life too pristine.
Man, you didn't have to do them like that, man. You didn't have to do them like that.
It was film day.
Yeah.
We gotta make a statement.
Exactly. We gotta make a statement. Last
What's
flight
going
out,
on, man?
Let's flat out, 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 flat out.
Welcome back to episode 2 of the Last Fight Out Digital version of our podcast. We're your hosts, Mike and Jay. You can follow us at Last Fight Out Podcast across all of our social media channels. Hit the like button, hit the share button, and subscribe to the channel. You can find me, Jay, at JLubrio26 across all of my social media accounts. And you can follow Mike at...
If Mike was here, it's on the bottom of the screen. Y'all know what it is, man. Like, follow, share, subscribe, all of that.
So
What's good,
I'm
man?
not in a great mood. Our Knicks just lost, man. We're down 3-1. It's effectively a wrap. We're asking them to do something that only LeBron James has done. So coming back 3-1 from a series, it's not great. I mean, we're going back to the Garden, so maybe we'll show some pride, win Game 5, and kick it back to Game 6 with these guys. So we'll see where things go. I mean, it was a tough game. It was a tough game to watch, man.
My only thing is, I'm not surprised. It's like, it's been years of this. Like, I'm not surprised. My only thing was
years of what? Man,
years of disappointment. Years of disappointment. I definitely can't watch the Knicks play. I definitely can't watch them play.
No, you're right.
Yo,
You're
years
a bandwagon
of
fan.
disappointment.
You're a bandwagon fan. Now you're about to become an OKC fan. Your guy Ant is out. He's down. Knicks are out. So who
I
you
know.
for? Indiana or
No, I want OKC. OKC. We gonna move this to OKC now. I like SGA. I like SGA. But low key, I kind of might want the Pacers to win because Halliburton has earned my respect this playoff run. He was voted the most overrated player amongst his peers, and he's showing right now overrated what? He's giving it up. He's just killing any team he comes across. He got the iconic picture in the Garden. I'm becoming a fan overnight, man. I'm liking Halliburton. His game is ugly, but man, he gets the job done.
Honestly speaking, like just hearing you from New York even say that, I want to take away your New York card. Like honestly, like there's like you could just be like he's had a good playoff run and start from there. You're over here talking about iconic. What the hell is wrong with you?
Yo,
man?
that picture is iconic. I want a picture like that. Like that shit is iconic, bro. It's gonna be one of the best
Reggie
sports
already
pictures.
Did that. In the 90s, Reggie already did that. So he's copying.
The difference is,
not even original.
the difference is Reggie did that and they lost. Reggie did that and the Pacers lost. He did that and they're about to win the series. Like so that is it's gonna come off even harder than Reggie's picture. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
because people look at that like, oh yeah, they also lost that series. They gonna look at Halliburton. It's like, yeah, he got the job done. He ain't choke. Nah, he ain't choke.
I mean, look, like the Knicks it's a lot of self-inflicting wounds. I mean, there's a lot of other platforms that are going to be talking about this game tonight. You know, go check out my man CP the franchise. But like from my perspective, it's just self-inflicting wounds. Like, you know what I mean? Like they have the better talent, but they're not executing right? Like the Pacers have been executing at championship level, and that's what really counts at this point of the career. So at this point of the playoff run, so that's really what it comes down to. Tyrese Halliburton had a 30-point triple-double tonight, bro. And like the turnovers that we had 15 turnovers, and they must have scored like 20+ points off those turnovers. They killed us on the transition fast break points. Like, it was just not great, man. Like, we didn't play a good game, and we only lost by 9. And I'm just thinking, if we took care of the ball better, executed a little better. I just from the beginning of the game, I didn't have a good feeling. You know what I mean? I just didn't have a good feeling.
I'm gonna tell you right now. Also, don't be surprised in the off season. I think they're gonna let Tibbs go. I think
Oh
he's
no,
running these guys into the ground. These guys are looking tired. You know what I mean?
this
The
is how I know
fatigue
you're
is
not
setting
watching the
in.
game. You know he played 9 guys yesterday, and he also played 9 guys today.
Even so, what for one game, 2 games? That doesn't matter for
But
the
we're
accumulation.
fatigued,
And
bro.
then when he does
You're a
that, guess
professional
what?
athlete. You're a professional athlete. You get
No,
paid
no, no.
tens of millions of dollars. And what are you talking about running guys into the ground, man? Like at the end of the day,
These
this is
guys
a
are,
tired.
first of all,
This
it's a
is a
different
tired.
basketball. It's a different basketball game, which you don't understand. This is where my basketball expertise comes in. This is a different basketball game. Guys aren't playing these minutes.
I've seen the way
Guys
you
aren't
play,
playing
my
these
brother.
minutes.
I've seen the
Guys
way
are.
you play.
I'm still
you
nice.
lackadaisical
I'm
out there.
still.
You lackadaisical out there. My man
I'm
can't
still
play the
nice.
tips. My man jogging up and down the court, sprinting for life now. He
Pace.
finesse.
We call that
He
pace. We
finesse.
call that pace.
That-
We call that
You can't play
pace.
on the Pacers. You can't play on the Knicks. You probably playing tonight. You can't play on either one of these teams.
Listen,
Bro.
I told you, what is it? What's his name? Randall was gonna get traded. He got traded. It was better for y'all. I predicted that. I'm telling you, the coach got to go. It's gonna be better for y'all. You're gonna hate it right now. It's gonna be better for y'all. Get him out of there.
I'm not saying I want to. I'm just saying he's gonna leave. He's gonna get out. We might have to trade your boy Towns too. Your boy Towns too.
Nah, Towns was the best thing. He was the best thing that happened to y'all, man. Best thing that happened to. Right now, what's the better trade? What's the better trade? The better trade was Cat.
Both teams are about to get out in the Western Conference Finals. So call it a tie. We do this again next year.
One team is gonna get swept. One team is gonna get swept. At least the Knicks
We
got
both
one. Might
down
get
3-1.
two.
We're down
True.
3-1.
Knicks might get two. Knicks might get two for the pride of it.
I don't want to go down. Yo, just sweep me right now, man. Just sweep me right now. This is terrible, bro. This is terrible. It feels so bad right now to be a Knicks fan, man. It feels like my heart is taken out of my chest. I've written with this team. I watched like maybe 75 plus games this morning.
I'm mad. I can't even enjoy a New York Knicks bar match in the playoffs and all that. You know, I'm mad. I'm coming home this weekend and all that. I hoped it was gonna last until
you might
then,
watch.
so
You might watch them. You might watch them on Sunday. If they win on Thursday, on Saturday, we can go to a bar right after and see the hats and get this series done. So if you want to go ahead and see that, then go right ahead. Best case scenario right now, we're gonna have Game 7 in New York. I mean, I just don't know. Right now, we just gotta win Game 5, bring in 3-2, do what we did, and we'll see what happens on a Game 6, right? Because now, if you win Game 5 in New York, the pressure's back in Indiana, right? In Game 6, to win 3 in a row against this team, bro, it's just gonna be difficult. I mean, look, I'm not saying it's impossible, but I'm gonna stick with my teams. It's not over till it's over, but the everything's stacked against them. So we'll see.
All right. Next up. Wait, before we get into the schedule, next up, you fresh off Cans. Am I pronouncing that right? You know what's south of France? Come on.
You know that's my happy place, man. You know some people like to go to Toulouse or Miami.
Okay.
You know I like to go to the south of France. The south of France is really my happy place. It was a great time, man. I was there with my best friend Alex. Shout out to Alex. You know, we got to enjoy a little bit of film festival. We got to the Grand Prix in Monaco. We enjoyed a couple of festivities and after parties and stuff. Didn't make it up on social. Well, they live right here, rent free all day. So
it looks like a good time. You teased us a little bit with a few of your stories and all that. I'm like, damn.
I mean,
he's
I
everywhere.
was
Film festival to the F1. Like this is prime time to be in South of France. This is when you want to be.
It was the who's were definitely out there. I just think what I learned from it, just in the few conversations that I got in with like very highly successful people when you're there. I always ask successful people, what's one piece of advice they would give to someone at my age, and if they were to do it all over again. And they keep telling me always take a long-term view on your life, and it's really about the habits that you develop today that the person of tomorrow will thank you for. And also keep the right people around you. And I've had incredible luck in having a consistent routine or carousel of friends that keep me accountable, that have allowed me to enjoy success in, you know, my short life on this planet. And yeah, man, like, you know, con is just one of those things during film festival that was a bucket list for me and Alex. We got to do that. We also did the Monaco Grand Prix. Look, putting aside how expensive that shit is, but
Yeah, what
I
is it?
just
Is,
think
is
that
it like going to a Tulum, going to a, you know what I mean, DR for the weekend? What we
man,
looking?
Tulum, man, get out of here. We crazy dog. Like, come on, really? You don't really mean that
What's
question, right? Like
I'm
you
just asking
trolling.
for the people. I'm
You
asking for the
trolling me.
people.
You troll
The
you
people, no, the
trolling me right now.
people's
I'm not.
gonna ask. Now, did you actually go to a actual to a movie
We went
showing or
to like
something like that?
we went to like a couple smaller screenings, like the big stuff you needed big tickets for. Like the Spike Lee
Yeah,
joint was sold out, or I mean, like all that stuff was sold out already. Like it's just we I mean the real, if I were to do it again, I would definitely apply for accreditation like very much in advance, right? For so
Okay.
that you're able to get on the red carpet events, so that you're able to go to the big movie screenings, like the Spike Lee joint was really big out there. There was a couple other French films that were pretty good, but the closing ceremony where everybody gets to awards, that's pretty dope that you can witness it. Um, it's like a black tie event, man. Like everybody's there styling and profiling. Everybody's there looking great. But at the end of the day, man, like I think what makes exceptional moments like that is with exceptional people, right? And
Okay.
something
Who
that
you
Alex
bring,
said.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, man, it's about who you bring, man. And honestly, all these party places are all the same, bro. If I'm being honest, like it's always the same cast
Yeah.
of characters, so to say, right? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like it's always at the club, it's always the same crowd. You feel me? That really don't change. But the one thing I have noticed is that when people see you that you're doing well and thriving, they're either real happy for you or they be hating, man. They be hating.
Now, is this in
You could feel.
person or you feel that way just on the side chat, on the little messages and all that?
I mean, bro, like you have to be quiet. You have to be honest. Like for me, I'm the type of person who I try to be humble, but I could be petty, and like you know, I have a little bit of I have a little bit of cockiness to me too.
Mhm.
And I tell people all the time, like I earned this lifestyle. Like
Is
this
it
is a lifestyle that
cockiness
I
or
earned, man.
confidence? Or we're gonna have to dig deeper into this another time. But I feel like
Uh,
it's, you know, your self-worth and it's confidence, and you know, like nobody can tell you different when you know yourself, you know?
oh yeah, no, for sure. Like I'm not. I didn't do anything illegal. I didn't step on anybody's head to get this. I just worked really hard and sacrificed, you know, being cool at 18 years old because I'd much rather have opted to do cool stuff when I'm in my 30s, 40s, and 50s, right? Like, you know, in 60s going into later in my life. So maybe I sacrificed some of the partying and some of the stuff to look cool when I was younger because I was like, you know what? Like, I want to go do the cool stuff when I'm later on in life, right? So I need to take care of
Yeah.
the business today. And I just think that people only see the results, but they don't really see the price of the sacrifice, right? Like a lot of the lonely nights and like you know a lot of the loneliness and a lot of the times where you're just telling yourself like damn I want to be outside too, like I want to be outside, I like being outside, but like it's okay, like now I have the right people around me and I'm experiencing the right things. That's really what's important to me right now. But I need to get another passport book because I'm running out of visa pages. I'm down to my last
Really?
page. So like yeah, so like I need
They said
to
something to you?
yeah, they did at the border. They were like, yo, you down to your last page, brother. So I was like, yo, you know what? I need to start going to them e-gates. You feel me?
You got to
So
get the
I
extra
probably,
pages when you order the new passport. You
yeah,
got
when I
to.
get the fat book. This is my second book, bro. This
Yeah.
in the same period, like renewal period. So it's not great.
Yeah.
So you know that's bad on me. I always think like, oh, I won't travel as much, but you know, I'm someone who has been blessed to see different corners of the world, and I'm down to like my last like 5 or 6 countries that I want to see, that are absolutely on my bucket list. Um,
Yeah.
so I South Africa being one of them, Switzerland being another, Australia. Um, it's a couple others. There's like two more that I'm not thinking of, New Zealand and stuff like that. Like very like those countries, like knock those off,
Yeah.
and I think I would have done like the gambit of like the main stuff, and then I could start going into my secondary weirdo little countries and stuff that people don't really think
Yeah.
about.
You hit Tokyo
Um,
and all that?
yeah, I've been to Japan,
Oh, okay,
I've
okay,
done
okay.
Korea, I've never been to China though.
Yeah, China's on.
I've been to Hong Kong, but I've never been to like mainland China.
Mainland. Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely,
yeah.
definitely.
So, what about you, man? What's going on with you, man? There's a topic that I think that you can talk about. So, I think you
What's
may
that?
have heard Travis Hunter, the second round pick, the first round, the second overall pick of his last NFL draft, just got married to his girlfriend. You know, he's worth
Congrats
a
to
lot of
them.
money.
Congrats to them.
Congrats to them for sure. But there seems to be a lot of discussion around this. He didn't sign a prenup. You know, there's been certain actions that she showed that maybe, hey, maybe that's not really the smartest thing that you should do. That you should protect your assets. You've been married before, right? So,
Yeah.
what's sort of like your opinion on somebody with that much monetary ceiling, that many assets, marrying somebody who maybe doesn't necessarily have as much? Like, what are your thoughts on that? Do you think he should have signed a prenup? Do you think that he shouldn't have signed a prenup? What does a prenup mean to you, or what did it mean to you? Did you have one at one point? Like, let's get your perspective on
I mean, 100%. If you're with Travis Hunter, you get a prenup signed just because, yeah, he has a lot of money. And he's been getting a lot of money for a long time with these nil deals and all of that. But I just want to say, and I just want to throw out there, prenups are not for the super wealthy, the rich. Prenups are for anyone. If you have anything of value, any asset that you worked hard for, you should get a prenup for. And for myself, I didn't have a prenup because I wasn't aware of these things. I was just happy in love, and I'm like, oh, I'm not super rich. Like, why do I need a prenup? But I got divorced, and just things didn't didn't work out. It happens in life. People get a divorce,
that.
and what I pride myself in is, and even when I date now and all that, is I feel like I choose the right people, and that's very important. Choose who you're gonna marry. Choose who you decide to spend your time with, because if I would have chose the wrong woman to marry or anything like that, like she could have took half of what I did have, and what half is, which even though I'm not rich, I'm not a celebrity or anything like that, I work hard for my 401k. You know what I mean? So you can get, if you make more than the other person, they can take half of your 401k. If you bought a condo before them, before you were in a relationship with your hard-earned money or any asset or anything like that, they can have half of that, you know? And you're sitting here, but hey, they had nothing to do with this. They didn't put in that sweat equity. They didn't put in a down payment with you. But just because you got married, they're entitled to that half. And I don't know how the rules are state to state, but specifically in New York, that's the case, And I had a situation where the person I was with, had to sign away that they didn't want anything like that. And, shout out to them. They're not that type of person. That's a testament to the type of woman that she is and all that. And there's never any hard feelings or anything like that. So it is important, who you surround yourself with, who you get into a relationship with, because whether it works out or not, whether you have kids with them at first and it's great, the first 10 years, but then the next it's not, that's very important, because that determines on if they're going to take you to court for child support, if they're going to demand alimony and things like that. And don't get it wrong, you have a responsibility. If you're married to a person and they help you build your wealth, like, I would gladly, if you help me build my wealth, like, yeah, I'm gonna break you off. You know what I mean? If you have my kids, yeah, I want my kids to have the same lifestyle as I am. And for me, I feel like I'm the type of man, we don't even gotta go to court. It's, I got you. You're a family, regardless if we work out romantically or not. I'm gonna make sure you and my kids are taken care of, and we can co-parent. Knock on wood, I hope that never happens. But if it does happen, it's like, I'm the type of person, like, hey, I'm holding it down. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, I have to agree with you just on your first point. That I mean, I'm a lawyer, so I went to law school, so I'm gonna get a prenup, like, with whoever I I get married to, right? Like,
what's
I
the
have
criteria of
assets that
getting a
I'm
prenup though?
Look, man, if if the chick makes just as much as, if she doesn't want a prenup, then she has to make as much as I do or have as much as I do. Like on some, like when J Lo and Mark Anthony got together, like they're equals. Like, yo, you really don't need anything from each other. You feel me? Like you're good. But if there's a significant gap between you and your spouse, whether it's the woman on the man or the man on the woman, it doesn't matter. You have to get a prenup. You have to protect yourself at all times because a prenup is just like insurance policy. You don't want to use it, but you're glad that you have it if something happens, right? Because it takes all the emotions out of everything, right? Mm-hmm. Because if God forbid something happens, there's a lot of emotions riding high. Divorce is a very mentally exhausting, emotionally draining experience, as you would know better than I would, right? Like, you don't want to be faced with somebody who is running through their emotions when you're supposed to be making rational decisions over assets. And people do some shicey stuff. I've read some shicey stuff, bro. People taking stuff from people who they have nothing to do with, and money makes people greedy. And if somebody's felt like they've been done dirty, they're gonna come after you. So a prenup just takes all the emotions out of it. And I know that people are like, "Oh, like you wouldn't make me sign it." Yeah, no, they'll do this just to make your life miserable. That's it. Just to make them feel so they could return the paper on you. And also with a prenup, I mean, first I think that Travis Hunter should have signed a prenup with that girl. Like, honestly, like me personally, because you have to protect your assets. However, with notwithstanding the fact that he didn't stand a prenup, there are plenty of other ways that he can get through rearranging his assets so he can protect himself regardless. So maybe the fact that he didn't sign a prenup is not great on its face, but I'm sure he may be thinking about other ways to rearrange his assets, or at least I hope so. Yeah. But for me, like, if somebody ever came to me and said, like, "Yo, if you love me, you want to make me sign a paper," I'm like, I would just flip it back on them, but like, if you love me, why does my love cost a thing? Like, this is like, you know what I mean? Like, wow, right? And also, I'll say, like, while we're together, you're gonna enjoy all the assets and all the benefits of like whatever assets that I have. The same, I would enjoy that person's assets and benefits. But if we're not together any longer, anything that you didn't help me with, why should you be the beneficiary of any of that? You feel me?
You know what I've heard, or what the streets are saying, that this is a comeback to. If you cheat on me, you wasted my time, my years. I should be compensated for that.
You've heard that before? I'd love to talk to that person. I'd like to talk to that person because you had nothing to do with anything that I bought. So why are you getting compensation of it? Something that you haven't benefited from, that you've not done anything with beforehand. If you want to benefit off of something, then you can benefit off the things that we did together. Whether we bought something together, we created a business together, then yeah, we can go after that. We can negotiate over what you think your fair split is for this compensation of me wasting your time. You know what I mean? So let's do that. How about alimony laws? Is it fair that you get 10 years worth of alimony, and the only way you get out of alimony is if you get remarried? Go look at the statistics of how many people get remarried before the 10 years are up, or however long.
They're not doing that.
They're not going to do that. Hell no. Hell
and the new person that they're with is like, nah, babe, go get that check.
Go get that check, Bobby. Go get that check, Bobby. It's okay. No, you're over here running her a check, knowing she's dogging down somebody else in the new crib with your kids sleeping next door. That's messed up, man. That's trifling, dog. No, but like, I'm not on a serious note, though. On a serious note, I think this is a very sticky situation. Like, look, it's a sensitive topic for a lot of people, right? Like, and you should do whatever makes you and that union feel right. Right? If you don't need to file a prenup because you trust that person, then go right ahead. Me personally, I'm getting that prenup signed every single time. Doesn't matter, right? I don't want anything from you. I don't want anything from you. You shouldn't want anything from me. Now, the things that we have after the marriage together, there's no prenup on that. That we can discuss. That's off for grabs. But anything that I came into the table with, anything you came to the table with, this should be out. It should be off the sides. Yeah. Right, like, it should just be off the sides. Like, I've worked way too hard to like just
shouldn't even be a debate.
It shouldn't even be a debate. And if anything, I will give the person the list of items that are protected through this prenup, and I'm going to ask them, which one of these things do you feel like you're entitled to? I'm gonna put the 401k up there. I'm gonna put the brokerage accounts up there. I'm gonna put the IRAs up there. I'm gonna put the stocks, the bonds, the CDs, everything that I bought before you got here. Let me know which one you feel you're entitled to. Let me know. And then if she can tell me she's pointing to something I think I'm entitled to that, I'm gonna be like, how many dollars did you put into that?
Exactly. Run it up right now. Actually, let's put your deposit in right now.
I mean, what for real? I'm expecting. I'll take an investment.
Yep.
No, but it's a tough debate, man. I think look, it gets tough too, right? Because the line between wife and wifey starts getting crossed. You start doing things that make a girl feel like she's your wife, right? Like it's tough, bro. When you with somebody 5+ years, 6+ years, about 10 years, bro, like yo, like guys and girls start to feel like, yo, what's the next natural progression after this? Marriage, right? Like, and you waste a person's time 6-7 years broken up.
Yeah,
they're looking for every excuse to hate you, bro. They're looking for every excuse to hate you, right?
Very
They're
true.
looking for every excuse to hate you. They're making up stories by you wilding out on them, like doing something, whatever it is. And that's something else I want to talk about real quick before I start off, man. I think that the emotional charge of being in a relationship for as long as, you know, I'm not talking about the short stuff like 1 or 2 years. I'm talking about the longer end stuff like the 6-7 years, and the person walks away with effectively no marriage at the end. I empathize with that, man. I empathize with that, right? Because at the end of the day, like, I would imagine that most women have a biological clock, right? That's a biological, you know, they can't have babies forever. Like, unfortunately, they can't. Like, for us, we can have babies till the day we die. So when you give 6-7 years to somebody and you look yourself in the mirror, and putting aside any cheating, like, you know, any reason to break up, or there's just some irreconcilable differences that you cannot repair in the relationship, it's kind of hard to look yourself in the mirror and be like, wow, I'm part of the reason as to why this thing didn't work. And I think that's why people instinctually want to always try to find something to hate you on, because it gives them a better ability to move on, and also like gives them a good story to tell people, right? Like, it didn't work out because of XYZ. How am I supposed to tell somebody, hey, it didn't work out because I wasn't enough for that person? Like, that's kind of embarrassing to say, right? Like, like when you say like, I wasn't enough for this person, so that's why they left me, or they decided to go be with somebody else, or they decided to like call it quits. It's hard, man. It's hard.
Yeah. It's I guess it becomes then a point of, you know, they're gonna find every excuse to blame you as to why you didn't tell me earlier. You know, you should tell me after the first year. Yeah, after the second year.
Bro,
you know, it's relationships are complicated, man.
There's so many things I could say on this, but without giving like specifics, right? Maybe I'll tell you offline. But like, without giving too many specifics, right? I just think that the best thing you can do is just ignore engaging with the person, or with the persons that they come back and try to like start things up and be like, oh man, you did this and whatever, and I found this and I found that, months after things are over, and I'm just like, yo, like, nah, this is ridiculous. Like, like I'm not engaging with this. I've been past this like already. Like, I'm not even thinking about you.
Let's get over it. Like, we gotta move forward,
man. Yo, we gotta move forward. There's no look back, man. Like, like, yeah, but like, honestly speaking, people stay together for the wrong reasons all the time, right? Like, people stay together because they're afraid of breaking up. People stay together for toxic reasons. And, well, I just don't want to waste my time, bro. So I think after like my last relationship and the way I proceeded to like end that, I think I learned so much about myself, in terms of like, you can't be with somebody for the wrong reasons, and most importantly, you can't waste your own time. You can't put yourself in a position where you're not happy any longer, right? Like, it's starting to affect all aspects of your life. when you remove yourself away from that position or from that situation, you kind of feel like the weight off your shoulders and you could fly again, you know? So
yeah.
and all you can hope for is for the other person to be able to, feel the same thing.
Yeah. I mean, definitely. At the end of the day, it's you want both people to be happy. Sometimes it's like if that person is no longer serving you, it's you can't stand something to make a person happy. You got to find your happiness, and hopefully they find theirs.
Hopefully, bro.
Yeah, because you don't want it to then come out later. You don't want it to come out married with kids and damn, I should have been left.
Nah, that's too late, bro.
Yeah,
that's too late. That's it. You stuck. You made your decision at that point. I mean, you can get out, but it's gonna be a lot stickier, that situation. You know what I mean? I mean, look, man, you're gonna come this weekend already. We're gonna record a couple more episodes. We're almost done with season 4. This season has felt longer than most. It's just because of how many things have happened. Like I just want to move on already to season 5. I'm so excited for season 5 because this was a rough one. This was a rough one.
Yeah.
Just trying to find new editors, man. For anybody who wants to start a podcast, like honestly, if you guys find a great editor right in the beginning, please hold on to that dude or that girl, whoever that person is. Hold on, because good help is hard.
That's the bulk of it right there. That's the bulk of it. The editing.
Yeah,
We'll see, man.
All right.
I'm about to create an editing tool myself in AI. I'm going on an AI journey, so I'm about to create the best editor ever.
Dubai is giving out free chat GPT. Look at that,
man. We're about to do a whole episode on AI, man. This is the thing now, especially out here. Yeah.
I mean, that's your thing. Yeah, that's your lane, man. All right, man. Let's cut it off today. Why you don't tell the people where they can find us, man, and then we can get out of here.
Last Flight Out on all platforms: Spotify, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. Like and support. Subscribe, leave the comments, do all the above. All right.
Let's go.
Peace.
Later, man. Peace.
My life too pristine.
Man, you didn't have to do them like that, man. You didn't have to do them like that.
It was film day.
Yeah.
We gotta make a statement.
Exactly. We gotta make a last
What's
one
going
out.
on, man?
Flat out.